Hello. The title of this video is a little bit confusing or kind of ambiguous even for myself. I was thinking, what should I call this video as a title? Clean code or something related to JSON Serializer? Why? Because most of the time when developers are dealing with these type of things, they simply use something that is provided in C#, for example, and finish the job. But the problem is that most of the time, they haven't thought about clean code, decoupling, testing, and these type of things. Let's see what is the problem. At least so far as we are aware of, we have two big famous options: system.text.json, Newtonsoft. Maybe there are more. Doesn't matter. So, if I go for one of them and use entirely in my application, system, backend, whatever, and later on, I want to switch to another one, it would be a big problem for me or another developer, another team to refactor everything from scratch. Let's see inside Visual Studio. This is a simple controller. I have a student model entity, doesn't matter. And here, for whatever reason, I have been forced to serialize this object. Okay. There are other ways to even not to do that, but it is just an example. Okay. I serialized with JsonSerializer, which is coming from this guy. Okay, no problem. Code is working. But if I want to switch to something else, then I have to come here and come to multiple different places and fix it, change it, test it, refactor it to make sure that the change is applied to the entire solution. So let's come back to PowerPoint a little bit. If we just use that way, we gonna have tight coupling. Switching would be so difficult. There is no DI. There is no dependency injection. Okay. This means testing and mocking would be a nightmare or would be kind of impossible. So, what is the solution? The solution is so simple. Let's jump to Visual Studio again and see what we can do. Okay, forget this action method for a while. Come here. In the abstraction folder, I have added one ISerializer interface with two methods. One for serializing, the other one for deserializing. If you need more, you can. This one is not that necessary. You will see the usage of this method signature later. Okay, so I have added these two, and then inside the extension or implementation, whatever, there is a simple inheritance, and I use JSON Serializer to serialize my object. Very easy. Very, very easy. Okay. So if I come here, I can simply, let me copy this part and come here. Okay. Dependency injection, and then using the serialize async method. So if later on I had to make a change, I can just make a change inside this method, inside the implementation. Okay? But if you come here, you will see something like this. What is this? Options. What is this? When we're gonna serialize an object, we can have different options. For example, default option. I did it inside my program.cs. See, this is a default option. And then I just used add scoped. So by following this, I would have default JSON serialize option, which I used here. See, this one, and then this one. Okay? But if you want to customize, you can. See? So one of these two can be here. The other one should be commented out. So if I want to use the custom, I have this. Default. If I want to have the custom, I have this. And then this line would be applied to my program.cs. Okay? Let's see something different. Here, in the serialize async, I have another signature also. If I don't have this, see, then here I should add the options or type of like this. Okay? But if I have another signature like this, then no need. So if you are familiar with dependency injection, unit testing, and all of these things, you will notice that by adding a simple interface and some methods, or let's say an implementation of that interface, things would be 100% decoupled, and this means clean code. That's all. Follow this way. Never try to tight couple the concept into your code. Otherwise, later it would be a headache. Thank you so much. See you guys in the next video.